easy for you to work not only in Uganda, but across other countries where CPA is recognized. And the P, I'm taking it to show the practice rights. You can't practice if you are not a full member. And of late, even if you are in employment, where you say, I'm not in public practice, I'm in employment, you won't be able to sign off your company's accounts if you are not a member. Meaning, your board, your management won't be seeing value in you. Because if it comes end of year and you say, you know what, we need to look for a member to sign off our accounts before they're being audited. You will be showing that you are not adding value to your organization. So that is the other issue. The P is practice. Then the A, I'm taking it to be authority and ethics. I'm proud to refer to myself as CPA Michael, but you not yet. You need to first become a full member before you can use that. And it comes with a lot of prestige and authority. Then C is the community and connections, and T is about being a talent builder. So that's how I try to frame impact. But for today's session, to drive home these advantages we are seeing in the acronym impact, I want us to use some positions in football. Because we are saying we want you to become a full member so that you can come in the room, you can come and become part of the team. And the question is, what would you play when you become part of the CPA team? And I looked at 3 roles. You can decide to be a striker, who these days we call the GOAT. You can decide to be the keeper, or you can decide to be the captain. And in those, I looked at what does it mean. If you decide to be the keeper, the goalkeeper, we are saying that for you to be the goalkeeper, it means that you are the one in charge of keeping credibility. You protect the value that matters. And in using the acronym keeper, I'm using it to refer to knowledge, ethics, evidence, professionalism, excellence, and reputation. It means that with CPA, you become a trusted member. And because you're a professional, your voice will always matter. I'll give you an example. When I was working in one NGO, we had the multi-country project with the lead based in USA. We used to meet online, but they knew that we in Africa knew nothing. And it was challenging because they would submit, but they wouldn't take it as anything of substance. Actually, that lead in the US was also a Ugandan. She had the Ugandan roots. So one time she came for a physical visit and we started introducing ourselves. And she said, can I also get a summary of your qualifications? When I say that I have a CPA, that turned around the optics around me. And she started valuing my input. And on the side, she told me, how were you able to finish CPA? Because they value it in the US, and at that moment, she didn't know that I have a CPA. But because of that, my voice became recognized, and I became influential in that team, just because I showed that I'm a professional. And in most cases, all decisions, they will always check in with me on the technical issues. So you see that I became a keeper of value just by being a CPA. So that is one role that you can play, and that is one advantage that you will get when you become a CPA. The other one I talked about is the striker. And I'm looking at the striker to indicate standards, trust, influence, knowledge, ethics, and recognition. And we are saying that for a striker, you're always there to turn any chances into results. Because if I'm a striker, if I'm a god like Ronaldo, it means I'm always there to turn any chance into a goal. And with CPA, you'll be able to get a lot of opportunities if you are a member. But if you are not a member, you will lose out. I'll give you an example. Currently, I'm proud to say I chair the KCCA Public Accounts Committee. But the way I reached there was accidental. The Lord Mayor then submitted a team with, and you know these positions go with lobbying, with even one individual with whom he was too much interested to be on that team. I won't mention the name. But that person wasn't approved because they were not in good standing at CPA. So when they were not approved, for me, it found me casual. Only that at one time he was a patron of an old school where he was a chairperson. So it was like saying hi. Then he said, by the way, Michael, you are an accountant, yes. You have CPA, yes. Please come and help me. Bring your papers tomorrow. It was in the night. Tomorrow I took my papers, I was presented in the council and passed. I seized the opportunity because I had the CPA and I was in good standing. The other colleague lost out because they didn't have a CPA. So you becoming a full member will make you ready to exploit any opportunities that will come your way. And sometimes you never know when it will come in, but it will. So that is what I look at as being a striker, ready to turn any chances into meaningful opportunities. The third one I looked at was the captain. And in using the acronym captain, I'm looking at the certificate of practice, the authority, the practice, the trust, assurance, influence, and networking. And we are saying that as a captain, you will have chance to be able to set direction. And people will listen to you because you will talk with authority. When you become a member, you get a chance to vote. That is your voice. You get a chance to be voted, meaning you can even become a member of the council. But beyond that, you have also a chance to serve on committees. In these committees, it is also like a training where you will be able to know the ethics of working around boards. And the other thing you don't know, usually organizations, when they are looking for professionals, they will go to the institute and say, we are looking for so and so. Do you have any recommendation? The institute will first recommend people who are on committees before they will think of the members. But if you are not even a member, they won't think about you. By serving on committees, you get visibility and you get chance to even go beyond the country. Currently, personally, I'm privileged to say I'm serving on a committee on PAFA, the accountancy quality group, working group for PAFA. But how did I end up there? It was through the service on the committees, for which I could only serve if I'm a member, that the institute recommended me to go and serve in PAFA. And when I reach PAFA, I get more visibility, meaning that right now, I have colleagues I can reach out to and network with across Africa, all because of being a member, but also being an active member. And when you look through the institute, we've seen examples. We've seen colleagues going in and becoming presidents of PAFA. You've seen a number of our senior ladies who have been presidents of PAFA. We've been colleagues who have gone and they've served in IFAC, all because of being a member. So I can't really emphasize more the opportunities that will open up. And you might say, I don't want to go and serve. Maybe for me, I'm a typical employee. I just want to be in employment. Still, the credibility that you will get by being a member is much more than a person who is not a member. If you are a member, you will speak with authority and the people will listen. So, colleagues, when you look at becoming a member, sometimes it is, I know some people say, when I become a member, it means I have to be following through to have CPDs, I have to be subscribing, etc. It is expensive. That is before you look at the opportunity cost. What are you losing out on? A mere being a member and getting involved in these CPDs, you also do networking. When you meet members, you do never know when they will come in handy. The other example I can share with you, when I was doing my PhD, I reached a point when I was stuck with pushing through publications. The person who gave me the magic bullet is Associate Professor Laura, whom I found where? In CPA. But she gave me the magic bullet that helped me to move. Those are some of the unseen benefits you will get when you become a member. So as I leave the floor for us to go into the practical session, the issue is, yes, you now have the knowledge, you are on the table, but you need to ask yourself, so what? And utilize your knowledge to be able to open up the more opportunities that are available from just becoming a CPA. I wish you all the best.
Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you so much, CPA Michael, for those remarks. I think you've all been inspired. What I've liked about his presentation, there's something that cut across from the keeper. You've all heard about the ethics aspect, and I believe that is one of the core values that we uphold as full members of the Institute. And from his submission, if you look at the striker, the keeper, if you want to be the goat, ethics should be something that we uphold, but also being a full member gives you the opportunity to stand out in a crowd. Like he has said, you're seen from a different lens. You're seen like a real partner that will drive growth of any business or any organization. So please stand out from the crowd by becoming a full member. And today we are here to help you achieve this milestone by supporting you on PET. And this ushers me to our next session by CPA Godfrey that will take us through on a step-by-step how to fill in your PET, and so on. CPA Godfrey, you're most welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Allow me to take you through PET, Practical Experience Training. I'm going to be a little brief. We appreciate CPA Michael that he has said partly what I wanted to say. So I may not delve into what he has said. First of all, before we start, we want to make this session very practical oriented. I had prepared a PowerPoint, but I would wish not to go into most of the nitty-gritties because in the interest of time, we may miss out. So if I skip out some of the slides, please, it is to our own benefit. We are looking at the lineup, so I'm going to cut the lineup a little short, as you see, and then we move on to the practical side. Let's skip all that. Maybe go to the introduction, practical training or practical experience training. It is I just want to give a brief of it so that you get to know why we are here, why PET, why certainly we need to do practical experience training. I have been to that office for a short while, but I've interfaced lots of challenges, particularly questions. Why? Yes, we know it could have taken you a lot of time to finish up the CPA course, but like CPA Mike has said, that is still not enough. You still need to enroll for membership. Please bear with us and subscribe. And the only route, the only channel through which you can perhaps get to membership is through practical experience training. We are sure that by this time, some of you have already gotten enough experience training. What we are only interested in is you to demonstrate that you have acquired that experience and you document it. Okay? Simple. But as you're documenting, of course, you follow the rules of the game, as we are going to see. So that is a requirement of the International Education Standards 5, which is initial professional development, where you are required as a student to undergo practical experience. And this is actually to all professional accountancy organizations, not only ICPAU. So it is our legal responsibility to meet the requirements of the international education standards. So I defined it as the workplace and other activities experience. As workplace and other activities that are relevant to developing professional competence. We shall see these competencies as we move on, but please, as you are demonstrating your experience, you are trying to show us that you are capable of doing ABCD. Perhaps you have done it. For me, what I'm interested in is, as an officer in charge, is to see that someone has demonstrated experience. Initially, when I had just started, I was a bit tough, but I've tried to adjust because perhaps I had not done such trainings. But after doing this training, I think you'll be able to cope up. Let's skip that one as well. So you gain it from the workplace, and this is why you encounter real life situations and use your knowledge and skills to solve problems. Okay, you're going to demonstrate that in the logbook, to make decisions, work with the teams, then build relationships and communicate with others. So basically, we want you to demonstrate that you can able do that. Don't mind, we shall share this with you. Okay? And you are the one supposed to assess yourself. This is a self-assessment. You can also look at yourself and see that you've really done this. You don't need to go to AI. You don't need to do a lot of thinking. Okay? I was actually talking to one of the CPAs. For him, his advice was, actually, when I was asking, contemplating on what to say, he said, perhaps this is what you should say. Tell the people, tell the associates, who are they? Apart from being an associate, who are you? In what capacity are you? Are you an officer? Are you a manager? Are you a director? Okay. There are some responsibilities that we may not expect an officer, okay, to assume. But if he claims so, we may not have a justification. It also depends on where you're working. Some are small and medium entities. Others are corporates. They are large organizations with lots of structures, okay? You could be the person designing the payroll, at the same time making payments. We may not care. But then be honest yourself. I have seen documentations where people go to AI and try to jog around. You don't even need to do that. Because this is actually you. You're telling us what you do. It's actually not criminal to tell me, given the nature of the work I'm doing, I'm not able to do taxation. It's okay. We need you to be as faithful as you can. Okay? Then it is these supporting statements that will verify and validate your work experience. Many times I have actually advised, some people call office for advice. But we have always told them, please look at your most recent or the updated CV. Look at what you do, what you documented, perhaps what you are showcasing, that in case you've called for an interview, it's the most recent CV. So fascinating, very attractive to look at. You know, it is so appealing. It is still the same information that we need you to document in your logbook. Sorry, I want to skip this because CPA just has already talked about it, which is why obtain membership, why paid. The reason why we are here is to obtain membership, to become a credible person. Okay? There are some of those benefits, but he has already said them. To obtain a local and international recognition as a member of the institute, to get that pride, that prestige that you are really one, to help people solve problems. Okay? People can entrust you with a lot of resources. That is if you are a member of the institute. But we can imagine if you are called so and then you can't solve problems. So we are like the apostles being sent out there to represent the institute, to help the public The public is very ignorant of most of these business issues, and it is you to solve them. Taxation, management, be it record keeping, reporting, whatever is there, financial management, treasury management, all that is there. For them, their role is to start entities. It is actually you people out here to go and solve those problems, make things right. And the only way people can entrust you with the offices, with the resources, with their monies, is you being a member of the institute. So this is like a pathway. This is like a conduit to get into ICPA membership. Let's skip that. The application, we shall have to zero much on this. The application or the registration process. I am sure all of you here have got computers, either handsets, either laptops or whatever. We would want to make this session as practical as it sounds, so that you get out of here when actually most of you have documented your pet. And all CPS students or associates are eligible for practical experience training. And this is done on our portal. There's someone who called me, she's from somewhere I shouldn't mention, but said, why are you torturing us? Members, we are not torturing you. If it is a requirement and we are the regulators, allow us fulfill it in good faith so that you all live happily. Okay? You go when you're contented. Of recent, people have been asking me, well, can you have a reprint of our field pet logs? We are so, let's keep that to ourselves. Among the requirements of membership, yes, it's one of them, but we shall ask for other things as attachments that may not be required for a meantime. Let's keep it in our system. So let's go to bullet number 2. Application is done on the ICP portal using the student login credentials. I guess all of you here have the login credentials. Can we use that? Can we log in there and get to see whether we can actually document our experience? We shall see the hiccups of documentation. One of them is wording. The way we like, we showcase our experience, the way we demonstrate. I suggest that we get to that link and then get to see what happens. Sorry? Is he able to? Are you able to copy the link? That's what I've done. I can see something here different. Yeah, okay. It's maybe as the technical team is setting up, do we have those that are not associates that are enrolling for practical experience for the first time? Wow. Wow. So we still have work to do. Yeah, there are those that are enrolling for PAT for the first time. Get to a window of this nature. Yes. Okay. So that's where we are. Have you all gotten to that window? Can we assume, please key in your ICPA ID. The ICPA ID should have, I think, 6 characters. Yes, someone is moving around to help you out. Are people online? We're asking you to do the same. Key in your login credentials. That's mine. Can also log in, key in my password. Okay. You get to such a window. I don't know whether you are all there. This is more of a class. Have you, Stuart, kind of help people around to log in? If you are stuck, please put up your hand. Okay. Our IT team is in the house and they are moving around to offer support. Those who are logging in for the first time, there's a window for enroll for practical experience. Unfortunately, it's not on my side, but I would love to the IT team to help you out so that you kindly help me know if we are at the same footing. You okay? Make sure you can display your logbook. You can display your logbook on the screen. Let me just open up one here. Wow. Wow. I can use that. Now, these are students that have enrolled for PET. Okay? And when you open one's logbook, it appears like that. Sorry, somewhere to use here, but this is for demonstration purposes. Okay? That is the logbook. And in our documentation, we are supposed to document, showcase our practical experience in only 3 compulsory areas, which are technical. You could have certainly gotten experience in so many fields, but we're interested in only 3. Just choose any 3 out of the 8. There's financial reporting, auditing. You can see those ones up to number 8. Though 8 is not easy to define, but you can look at the rest. Then the non-technical skills. We have communication, personal skills and professional behavior, and then interpersonal and organizational skills. Then you can also demonstrate, you are supposed to document what we call a reflective statement. And we shall come to all of those. Okay? For those of you who are enrolling for PET for the first time, I had wanted to take you through a process, though it is, but I request my IT team to support. Because I assume I'm talking to those that had already enrolled for practical experience. However, you get support. The team in the house will help you to get to open or to get to enroll for PET when we are here, so that you can also start documenting. There's someone in the house with a hand, perhaps he's stuck. I suggest Stuart and Oporot can move around to help you out as we proceed. Those of you who have already started documenting or who are at this level, because this gentleman came in yesterday but 1, and he had documented up to 4%. I was actually demonstrating how to document. So that was our input as per that time. Somewhere allow me use whatever. I'm going to demonstrate using this because I couldn't produce the demo in time. When we go to do you see where my cursor is? Oh, sorry. Pet correspondence. There's download logbook, mark pet as complete, but the one in blue, pet correspondence details. That is where you go to start documenting. Can we get to there? Some of you have already done this. Now, this is where you are going to see the technical, non-technical, and the reflective statements in detail. You have those three: technical areas, technical skills, reflective statement, and non-technical skills. However, let's see what happens in each one of them. Now, in this one, we have, sorry, just a moment. We have the those technical, let's start with the technical skills. We're going to just look at one so that I give you time to document. Those who have already documented and just along the way, it's okay. You just continue. But as I said from the beginning, it all goes to who you are. If you're a manager, we expect you to showcase your skills as a manager. If you're an officer, it's not criminal. You'll be elevated at some time to another level. But still demonstrate that you are an officer. It's okay. An officer, in our documentation, we would expect to hear things like prepare. You do the donkey work. You prepare journals, perhaps you prepare receipts. The first thing under financial reporting is about receipting. If you're a manager and maybe you are at a certain level, perhaps you review. You are not the one preparing, but you're now the one who is reviewing. So the action verb changes because even the responsibility differs. So when you say you are a senior officer, a senior manager, a senior what, perhaps you review what the juniors do. Petty cash management, we are going to look at those. You may not be doing reconciliations, but perhaps you are the one that reviews reports about these reconciliations. Financial reporting, let's look at this. Under financial reporting, we have 4 fields: executing accounting processes, application of applicable standards, determining the external reporting policies and expectations of an entity, and then preparing reports in accordance with the requirements. You can see from those 4 that an officer may not fit in the last one. If you're an officer, would you actually be preparing reports? That's why sometimes I'm like, okay, I just wave it, but I usually see lies. Some people, you don't need to tell lies. You don't need even to commit yourself telling lies. Be truthful to yourself, because it is even part of ethics. Okay? Let's move to the first one. A, executing accounting processes. What do you have under that? We have I wanted to Perhaps it's not very active, but I wanted to find out what you get under executing accounting processes. When you open A, what do you have in A? Cash book, I don't have rights to get into someone's logbook. That's why I'm locked up. Cash book and bank reconciliation. If you're an associate and perhaps you have been elevated to a certain level, maybe you're a manager by now, are you doing that? Yes. Yes. Edina. Yes. Yeah, someone actually here can log into our account.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Eric
let's allow
is my
people to
name.
log
I
into our
work
account.
with Uganda Bati as a finance manager. So my question is, you said currently now I'm a finance manager,
Good.
but before I reached here, I was a cashier, accounts payable, you did bank reconciliations, you managed petty cash, you managed management accounting.
Yes.
You did all those things.
Mm.
So now you are saying I only consider the experience I have currently, or I can consider all the experiences I've had from the beginning of my career.
The experience that we've accumulated. And that requires now, you of course, you're going to document it. But what I was saying, there are people who have not acquired this experience, and you can tell. The CV is there. You can tell. Intuitively, you can tell. For you as a manager, you have gone through all the ranks, and you can tell in 2018, I was a cash officer. I used to do this, I used to do that, which is documented, including the dates when you acquired that experience, when you used to practice that. That's why in our window, as she's going to log in that window, we are supposed to document the start and end date for each activity or for each skill that you acquired. Please indicate the start and end dates. Yes, someone is there. Let's go slowly because this is a class and it should be as practical as. Yes, you can pass on the microphone.
Thank you very much. My name is Adila, and I'm an internal auditor. So all these things that we're talking about, so for example, for financial reporting, my role in these areas has been to review and verify. Yes. And it's an ongoing thing.
Yes.
Is that what I'm supposed to document? Because I don't perform these tasks, but my role is to review and verify that they are done accurately.
Very good. Your role is to review. That is actually what you should tell us. Because you are not going to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You can't be everywhere. But at least you could be reviewing, you could be supporting. Tell us that you support. Right? Like if it is a payroll, you could be supporting HR. You could be reviewing payrolls. That's what you do. That's what you document. You want to tell me an accountant who is everywhere, you are in the stores, you are in, no. But at least where you are, you can make things happen. And that's what we want you to show. Have you gotten me clear? Fine. So the wording itself matters. The narrations you give should actually be clear. And please, when you are documenting, try to make brief narrations. Brief narrations. Yes, I know you could be having a lot of experience, but try to make it brief so that you can finish this documentation in a record time. Okay? And please give this documentation time. The CV should be besides you, but maybe there could be some information that is not within the CV. And you can easily remember. Put it there. That's why we would always want, actually we encourage you people, whenever you are into practice and you've done something, open your logbook and document. Because it may skip your mind. It may not be included in your CV, but actually it could be part of the daily work. Am I clear now? Yes, there's another question before we proceed. We're using up someone's account. Thank you so much, Peruth. We are going to use your...
Thank you, CPS as well, for the presentation. My name is Mariam Nabuye. I also do internal audit. And as you said, I understand in the journey to document our pet, you need evidence. Now, for example, cash and bank reconciliation, where I have to review as when I'm auditing financials and I come across the bank balance, then I work backwards to the bank statements and the bank reconciliations. Which kind of evidence specifically do you want me to document there? Thank you.
Thank you. Certainly, we had wanted you to always attach a part of your CV, but then we realized it would still take you so long. We wouldn't want you to see it as a burden. So kindly document. For me, what I'm interested in, or what we are interested in as ISPAU, is you to document. Just write. Okay? We're not going to oppose your statements, but then we want you to be faithful to yourself that you're doing this. Yes. So we are there. Let's document again. As someone is asking a question.
Thank you. I'm David and I'm an accountant. I have two questions to ask. One, when you look at items under financial reporting, we have 4 items. Is it mandatory to fill out all of them? That is my first question.
Okay.
Then secondly, in the course of our careers, we keep switching from organization to organization. So under such circumstances, do I need to always notify or indicate in my logbook wherever I change from one organization to another? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. His question is pertinent. Okay. His question is pertinent, but let's try to make this clear. For you to qualify that you have completed the practical experience, we must ensure that those areas required to be filled, must be filled to 100%. Have you gotten me right? I wanted to show you those that have completed, but it wouldn't be wise to open up someone's logbook. But you document to 100%. Then after filling all those 3 technical areas, then the reflective statement and the 3 non-technical areas, now notify your mentor. Okay? Notify your mentor. And the mentors, as we shall meet them, They have a duty to perform, but it is a bit simplified. That as he reads through, he's trying to really see whether you are honest with your responses. Then for him or her he has an option of clicking at once and they all get approved. We simplified their work to that level because these are busy people. These are, they have work they are doing besides mentoring. But getting back to this, then the second one is a change, in case you change it. The roles may be differing, but then all of these are embedded within what we expect you to document as skills. If you change it from one organization to another, okay, and perhaps even the roles changed, or even the titles changed, it is actually, you should be honest yourself, document it, show it. That's why I said, if you are still a continuing student, you have not completed CPA, it is actually wise that you make this a continuous process. Like the reflective statement. What happened during your first year? What happened in the second year, for example? You are trying to tell us a journey. You're trying to tell us a story of what experiences you got. For example, as when you were undergoing CPA, when we are doing, for example, it could be your experience, could be about financial management. That is a true reflection of the journey. The reflective statement is something simple. Like someone telling us of Jemvu Day, where have you come from? It's a reflection to being an associate. Please tell us, but it should be a professional kind of talk. Okay? Tell us that when we joined this by the time you started CPA, there's some knowledge gap that was filled, maybe about financial reporting standards. That is what we want to see in the logbook, right? We shall respond to people online. They have some queries also. I think that is answered. People online, allow us go back to our logbook because we want to make this. I hope you also have, you have opened up your laptops and all computers out there. So let's go to financial reporting. Sorry, this is about the pet syllabus. Yes, you want to document this? Just a moment. Receiving and report, For example, we are there. Financial reporting, executing accounting processes, cash book and bank reconciliation. I guess you, the associates, you've done this already. As you started way back and now you are trying to tell us whether at a certain point in time, you were doing bank reconciliation. My manager says yes. So this is what you do. Go to that window and indicate the start and end date of the activity. Can we go back? People online, are you able to follow us? Please confirm, because we would want you to continue documenting. Receiving and recording receipts. What date was it? What time was it? Not time, but the dates are key. Perhaps you started this activity in 2019. Let's just look at just feeling something here. Very fast. Somewhere in August 7th, 2019, and it is now up to date. I'm looking at this person who is doing, receiving and recording receipts. Then you go to the left window and document. That's why we expect you to put a comment. Please, for all of us, we do not have rights to change the dates. So we need to be cautious when we are keying in the dates. We do not have rights to change the dates. It's maybe ICPAU. Even the mentor can. But you as a paid student, you do not have rights to edit the dates. Apparently, you don't have the rights. Okay? So key in your experience there in that window. Let's welcome CPA Alfred in the house. Our Vice President, most welcome, sir. So that is what you're supposed to do. And for the rest of the technical and non-technical areas, that's what you're supposed to do. How people online are following. After that, I wouldn't want to make comments there, but you can. Because I said the experience comes out of you yourself, you know what you're doing. You all could be receiving payments, could be receiving corrections from receivables. This is what you document. But try to make it as brief as it sounds. And then from there, save. When you save, that will be documented. Unfortunately, we have not put anything here. But if you put a comment and go back to your logbook, then you will see a certain percentage, perhaps 4% or 2%, and then keep documenting until you finish up one technical skill. Go to the next one. Go to the third one. Then go to the non-technical skills. But this is my advice. If you are to complete PAT in time, start off with the non-technical skills. Communication, ethics, interpersonal skills. Because this is part of our life. You know how to communicate. If you are, for example, one of the secretaries to one of the meetings, please note that. Tell us that you take minutes. Tell us how you relate with the staff. You relate with the stakeholders. Some of you have customers. How do you relate with suppliers? Okay? We would want to see that in the documentation, because you can't be there as an individual. No. The office has people that report to you or come to you. Even a junior officer has people that he or she interacts with. So generally show that experience in the logbook. And certainly that's what we need. Can we move on? Okay, let's go back to, I wanted to show something about, perhaps people would want to see what I'm documenting here. For me, I would say, and if it is in the past, you did it well. If you are still doing it, fine. You say, I am in charge of, you right? It is now you can see. What you do, it comes in very fast. It's like you being in an exam. If you know of an answer to a question, you start with it very fast. Okay? Now you are in penitentiary, you are telling us. You are honest, you are good. Okay? I assume you are there. Now this is what we are saying. I am in charge of accounts receivable. Accounts receivable management. Okay. Where? This is just an example. Where for example, what do you do if you are in charge of receivables? Just want to imagine. You can give me a response. Yes. Where I invoice clients.
Then I follow up on payments.
Then follow up on payments. Very good. Simple as that. What has made people fail to finish paid in a record time is telling a lot. Yes, we know you have a lot of experience, but try to be as brief. We shall appreciate brief comments. Perhaps you've worked in so many organizations, yes, but all that is about collections. As long as you have been honoring receipts, you have been making collections and perhaps banking the money. These days, if people still receive cash, please show us that in your logbook. As simple as that. So when you save the work done and go back to your logbook, you will see a percentage, a certain percentage done. Let's go back to our logbook and see. Now, this person has documented, there's a statement, and when you go to financial reporting, there's a 2% already. So it goes on like that until you finish up all the activities, all the skills. Is that okay? You can now continue. You can proceed. It is that simple. My advice still is put your CV alongside you. Because sometimes you find you may have forgotten the activity that you did in a company X, but the CV can help you to remember. Put that besides you. But as I said, there are also some activities that could be performing that you have not indicated in the CV. So updating your petty log on a daily is key, is important. Why? The reason why some people find it hard is you wake up and like, yeah, there is a job advert in the papers. I want to get ICPA membership, and then you start documenting very fast. Meanwhile, you are calling ICPA, Godfrey, what percentage am I? Now this matter is not picking my calls. The matter doesn't cast on, you can choose any other matter as long as that matter is honest. He knows you can actually recommend that you have done that work. Okay? And please build a rapport with the mentors. Be in touch with them, just like having a research supervisor. Okay? Yes, because the mentors are human and they are busy, as I say. I'm imagining if our vice president is your mentor with a lot of activity. So it means he may even fail to get free time to review our work. Perhaps he gets it on a Sunday or someday during his leisure time. But keep reminding the mentors. We should speak to them so that they also make life easy. How many minutes do I still have? Can I? There are some questions for people online. We would also want to address them. Meanwhile, as you continue documenting, please, you want to make it so practical. I wish you could document this within this session, and by the time we leave this place, you are good to go. You're at 100%. If you have a question, kindly ask, because I enjoy teaching. People online, I'm not seeing questions. I'm only seeing comments. The screen is not clear, those things. Have you noted some? Okay, let's respond to these questions. But you should also be documenting out there. Would want to see by Monday that all of you are at 100%, and then the mentors have also approved of your documentation, and you are ready to proceed with application for membership. Gilbert says, why doesn't PET consider experience in internal audit? That is one of the questions. Then two, is end date mandatory if one does not update the okay, I'll answer that. Then another one says, for items not in my experience, how do I conclude that financial reporting is done if there are areas I did not do? Let me start with that one. It's not criminal. Like I said, if you can go back, can we just demonstrate the logbook? You are at a certain stage, but the logbook caters, or the documentation or the skills cater for, just a moment, let's log in. Okay. When you go to browsing the PET syllabus and you look at financial reporting, for example, financial reporting has a lot. Look at D, preparing reports in accordance with requirements. That now follows to a certain level. Okay? You can't say reports are done by the senior person when you were posting journals, when you were passing ledgers, when you were supporting. Please at least show that you were offering support. Perhaps one may be short of words, but you were supporting. Because we cannot crucify you for not being there. All right? But at least what we want to show that you supported. Supporting a team. Could be supporting a manager. Could be supporting a department. That's what we mean. Then there's another question. Gilbert again says, suppose I wish to change my supervisor. How do I go about it? This is also easy. Because I said supervisor could have changed the location, could be busy, you know. Now, if you find that the supervisor perhaps is busy and you're not so much in touch, please ask, request, come to us or call us or write to us for change of supervisor. We shall support you. Okay? Shall support you. And of course, you give reason why you would wish to change. Then we support you. We can't resist a change. Then we shall ask for a new supervisor and then we change that. We modify the assignment. Yoram says, is it a requirement that we all have the 3 attachments? I said, forget about attachments. Shouldn't bother you, just document. Okay? Because we also noticed that some people attach documents, but then opening them becomes a problem. And would want to avoid that. Sometimes you open documents, even in your mails, when they are encrypted. Now, to avoid such security risks, you just document. Why doesn't PET consider experience in internal audit? I think it does. What do internal auditors do in the first place? She is one of them. And we gave her guidance. Is it you, Ajat? Yes. You do not do bank reconciliations, but you review. So your narration should be reviewing documentation, including bank reconciliations. Simple. I think his question is answered. Then is end and start and end date mandatory? I guess it is. There's no reason why there's no reason why it was put there. Maybe someone is trying to query the designers of the system. Why is it there? Would want to see, for example, some of us would want to see. We're not so much interested in seeing the journey it has taken you to getting to that experience. But sometimes we may need such information. So please put the start and end dates for convenience. Yes, there's a gentleman with a hand. Members, continue to document. We want to utilize this time. By the time we leave this place, people are completing their PET logs, and then we shall be able to submit. Leave the rest of the work to us. Then there are also those, as is coming in, there are those who have documented to 100%, and you have kept it there. Okay? Please proceed to the next step. Notify the mentors. Perhaps the mentors are not notified. Notify the mentors. If you find the mentor is not responding, then that is when you can talk to us. And we see how to raise. Yes, we have a question.
Thank you so much. A quick one, just for clarity. If you said the end date must be there, what if I'm still currently doing that activity?
The system will still show. Put the date for that, the date for that day.
I mean, for example, if I review maybe bank reconciliations,
yes,
and in my current role, I'm still doing exactly that.
Yes.
So the end date.
Like if you have documented today, put today's date, 15th August. All right? The system shows that it is still a continuing activity. The system will show that. Yes. There's a question still.
Thank you, Godfrey, once again. Irina is my name.
Yes.
Just inquiring, what do the mentors do exactly? Because your mentor, you might be the first supervisee. So what happens? If we get at least some tips on what they are supposed to do, and we offer some guidance. It may not be comprehensive, but at least some little for them to get started.
Very good question. hopefully, in the interest of time, we did not talk about what mentors are and what they do. Mentors apparently are the people that know you most, the people who can even recommend you. And according to the Institute, we realize that our members, ICPA members, where you people want to join or want to get to, would be the best people to recommend you as accountants or upcoming associates. So we have put a stop to that. We are still looking at other options, but we prefer that our people, our own, the members recommend you. Okay? But if you have a supervisor, someone ahead of you, could be a CEO, could be your MD, who is a member of the institute, and can still work as a mentor, fine. Sometimes people ask us questions. None of us in the entity is a certified accountant. What do I do? Look around in your circles. Even your external auditor can be your mentor. CPA Juko can be one of the mentors. He's in the house. Okay? Can be one of the mentors. Talk to them. That's why I said build a rapport with the mentor. Okay? My friend Yakaenda, yes, out there in Chibuku, you have people that you know that can appreciate your work, the work you're doing. Speak to them. Maybe the CFOs, maybe whatever, okay? Who are still our members. Apparently, we prefer to use our own, okay? It is still in the house. But if it gets adjusted, then we shall still let you know. Okay. Yes, Elena. What do they do? The mentors, we shall meet them. But this is what they do. They review your documentation. They review your documentation, and they are very honest. They precisely look what you have documented. Don't get surprised if a mentor called you and said, but you told a lie here. Okay? So these people, because they are doing it, they are so truthful. We trust them. They are very ethical. That's why we are still within our circles. We have not gone outside. We are sure these are practitioners, or they could be people practicing accountancy, could be people, they are members, but not in a practice, but they are still our members. Okay? Helen, I think I've answered your question. Yeah, we are still within our circles. We have not gone outside. Can we proceed? Okay? I think I've said it all. People online, I hope you are following. Do we still have more comments? Yes, let's listen to their comments. Andre says, how do you update the organization name under the page summary for those that have changed the organization? You do not have rights to change, but you can still correspond with us, because we have the rights to change for you. Okay? You were given very limited rights for for control purposes. Then how long do applications take to get received and accepted? It is within a blink of an eye. Like we review this, we go to this window daily to see how many people have applied. Sometimes we may delay. Like if you applied now, towards close of day, or towards close, start of the weekend, then you may review your application on Monday when we are in the office. But at least we will always open that window on a daily. And those that apply are approved instantly. We no longer have delays, such delays. Okay. So I think we have addressed all of this. And in the interest of time, as we are documenting, please, you are still here to listen to more comments, to listen to your worries, and then address them. Allow me to stop here for a meantime. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CPA Godfrey, for that insightful presentation. So Godfrey is going to walk around in case you're stuck somewhere or you have any clarifications. Please feel free to engage him. And our secretariat team that is available, please utilize them so that by the time we finish today's session, we're just notifying your mentor. Okay, allow me to take this opportunity to recognize our Vice President who is in the room with us, CPA Alfred Kavuchu. You're most welcome. Today we are having our very first PET fast track session, that is practical experience training. And we decided to have this session to handhold our associate members out there and to demystify the lie about PET, that it's very difficult and not doable. We decided to make this session possible because of the feedback that we were getting at the Secretariat. We've had a number of associate members that actually walk in and leave when they're done with their PET. So we were like, how do we scale this to other associate members who may not have the time to walk in or to do a physical visit, so that we support you. We've seen them come in and within 2 hours, they're done with their PET, as long as you have your CV with you, because we believe your CV reflects the experience that you've earned over time. So it's not very hard, it's not difficult, like you've seen and heard from our presenter, CPA Godfrey. He has simplified it. So you've got this experience, please document it. And for those that have just finished the course, we've encouraged them to document their practical experience training right from when they start the course. As long as you have something that you're doing on the side, please just feed into the system. So by the time you graduate, you're actually done with PET and you enroll immediately and benefit from the different benefits that come with being a full member of the Institute. At this point in time, I'll invite our Vice President to give us some remarks, and then we proceed. We're still here until at least everyone gets to finish. For those that are stuck, feel free to engage with Godfrey and Peruth at the back so that we support you to finish. There are a couple of hands here. Stuart and Simon, please support the members. All right, so we still have our Vice President with us in the room. As you complete your as we complete this session, he will speak to us thereafter. So in the meantime, let me invite Peruth to take us through the enrollment process for those online and those that may be wondering, okay, after filling in the PIT and I'm done with getting the reviews from Secretariat and from my mentor, what next? So Peruth is going to take us through this brief session. Peruth.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Good evening, everyone. And to the people online, good evening. My name is Peruth Chove, and I'm going to take you through something very simple. As I wait for the presentation to come through, so just like the other gentleman in there, for him, he's done. I've looked at what he has populated, and Godfrey, please kindly review his PET. So for people who would want to see how it looks like after you've populated, he has a sample right there. Please, you can visit and see. So once you have populated your PET, and for each of the technical skills, you have actually populated at least up to 100%. And for the non-technical skills, you've accumulated still up to 100%. The reflective statement still, it is at 100%. Now, the time you need to go and apply online. And that is what I'm going to take us through. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your application, your PET ready. So now you need to apply online. So you just go to the website of ICPAU, that is www.icpau.co.ug. And then please help me, Stuart. Okay. So when you go to the website, it's very easy. Just fill in the form. So they will ask for your particular details, your name. They will ask for an FM number. So you strictly click membership application. So many times I've seen associate members now going back clicking studentship application. The website is very clear. Once you go to the application page, it asks student application or membership application. At this level, we are applying for membership. So you fill in an online form. Very easy. You're putting in your details, you're putting in your employment record, you're putting in your FM number, the mentor or the person who is your mentor, and then after, print out the form. So when you print out the form, have it signed by you yourself, and then come to the institute with it. So you're going to come to the institute with it with the following. 1, the membership application form that you have filled in online and you have printed it out. Then number 2, you're going to come with your originals and photocopies of your academic documents from O level to the highest, of course, including your CPA qualification. Then 3, you are going to get us 2 letters of recommendation. 1 from your current or previous employer. Then 2, the other letter from a member of the institute who is in good standing. So please just when you go to someone and ask them, please, I need a letter of recommendation. Please inquire from them. whether they are in good standing. A member of the institute who is not in good standing cannot recommend you. Okay, so inquire of them such that as they write you a letter of recommendation, once you bring it to the institute, we should be in position to accept it. We shall deny it in case we check and we find out that that member is not in good standing. And then the other requirement is a pet logbook. So once you come, let me finish. I'm going to attend to it. So once you come, you don't need to come with your pet logbook. The moment you submit your application at the reception, the first thing we check out is pet. So we get to your system and see, have you populated? We say yes. So you may not need to show your pet logbook physically at the institute. The other thing you need to attach is your CV. Your CV should be attached clearly, showing your start and end dates for each role that is indicated in your CV. And then your passport size photograph, it can be one, just to ensure that you are in the system of ICPAU. And your passport photo as a member, it is quite good, okay? And then a proof of payment of the membership enrollment fees, plus the development fees of amounting to 1,050,000 shillings only. And once you submit that, it takes less than a month to get your membership approved. So ladies and gentlemen, what am I trying to bring to our attention is that after PET is done, then you need to apply, submit your application either by email or physically at the institute with those requirements that I've talked about. And once you've fulfilled all the requirements, it is now our role to ensure that you are enrolled. Basically, the application will go through the Member Services Committee once it sits. Many people submit and they ask, will I have my FM number tomorrow? No. So we get it and then we forward it to the Member Services Committee that sits to approve. And after, still that application is forwarded to the Council of ICPAU that finally approves. And once it approves, then we are able to issue you an FM number. That is it from me. I have a question from the other end. It's okay.
Emmanuel Joko, about the member in good standing. I am a member myself. I recommended someone recently. I've recommended several people, and some of them have had mentors or people recommending them because they are not in good standing. And as we are getting into membership, we need to appreciate what is good standing. And if I may address to that, membership, good standing is two simple things. First, pay your dues in time, the annual dues. Secondly, make sure that you have enough CPDs. Those two simple things are the ones they call good standing. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, CPA Emmanuel. But also on top of that, you should not have any case in the disciplinary committee, right? Someone as a member in good standing, you should not have issues like with a disciplinary committee of ICPAU. Yeah, just to supplement with what he has said.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, please.
I forgot to ask, can a relative be my mentor? I actually put my sister as my mentor.
Okay. One, I want to assume that your sister, we are not looking at her as from the perspective of her being a sister to you. At this level, a mentor, we look at them from the perspective of like the professional perspective, that they can really confirm that the experience you're giving to us is like, it is okay, right? They can attest that you really got it. So from our side, we may not look at her, as long as she's a member of ICPAU, we may not look at her as your relative. We look at her as a professional person recommending you for membership in a professional body. So, because we may not even know that she's your relative. Yeah, for as long as she's in good standing and she can really confirm, like beyond reasonable doubt, that you have attained such experience that you are submitting to the Council of ICPAU. Yeah. Any other question online? Do we have any questions, Stuart? We don't have any questions. So at this point, I think all our questions have been attended to. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give it back to Lydia. Thank you.
Thank you, Peruth. So the enrollment procedure has been explained to you, and we usually get some of the members that come on board and they want to get membership in just a day or 2 days because there's an opportunity, there's a job opportunity. Like you've heard, there's a process that we go through to submit your application through the Member Services Committee. And then thereafter, you recommend it to council that then approves, and that takes like a month. So it's advisable that you do this in time to avoid the last minute disappointments. Yes, we have quite a number that come in and yeah, there's this job opportunity, they need an FM number, and we are not able to support you during that critical moment. So please utilize this session to complete your PET and fast track your journey to full membership to avoid the disappointments and the missed opportunities as you're growing your career. So Godfrey is reviewing for those that have submitted. We really thank you for utilizing this time to finish your PET. Godfrey is reviewing. In case you need additional support, feel free to raise up your hand. He's reviewing. So by the time we're done with today's session, even those online, please feel free. Once you're done, just submit, notify the reviewer. Godfrey will support you. And for those online that may have questions, Stuart, please look through so that we don't leave them out. For those that have reactions to the enrollment process. As we wait on Stuart to check the comments from the online participants, I would like to remind you of what CPA Michael told us. Are you going to be a striker? Are you going to turn chances into results and opportunities? Are you going to seize the opportunity? Then being a full member is the right decision that you'll take to see that you utilize the opportunities that lie ahead of you. For those that are looking at being captains of this industry, please, you're the think tanks and you have all what it takes to be the business drivers. Finishing the course in itself is a milestone, so why not enroll for membership and close it at that? And enrollment and being a full member does not stop at that. You have to remain a member in good standing. This helps you to seize opportunities as and when they come, but also it positions you to be that strategic business partner as and when an opportunity arises. So for those that may need Godfrey's support, he's at the back. Godfrey, we have one that needs support. Simon, there's, oh, okay. All right. So Godfrey is going to attend to everyone in the room. For those online that require support, Stuart, are we good? For Godfrey. All right. So Godfrey, we have some comments online.
Let me come back to you. I attend to comments. Okay. Someone says, Lydia Bridget, I need support on editing some self-documentation. I don't know which documentation. We said students don't have rights to edit. The mentor can edit a few, but it is ICPAU that still reserves the right to edit. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Given that I completed my master's degree and begin at financial management level, can't my thesis in finance and accounting be enough to replace the PET? No. The answer is no. I think you've gotten the reason why we have been explaining all that from the beginning. Please demonstrate your practical experience. Document. Don't take corners. People want shortcuts. They are not shortcuts, but you make life easy. I think we have tried to simplify the process. Make life easy. Don't copy the entire thing. Sometimes some people have noticed what people do. Some of them just want to demonstrate, that they have the longest experience. You worked here, you worked there, yes, but please try to make it brief, That's why I always advise for to reserve time like a weekend. When you're off work, concentrate and demonstrate and document. At what point is ICPA review assigned? Because I have never been assigned one. Emmanuel, we shall take note of that. We usually, let me explain this to him. We have a series of ICPA reviewers, but I'm one of the most active one. I should say active in quotes, because I'm in that office. So I am one of the chief cooks, if I'm to say. But what I do, I always assign someone a reviewer after documenting, after showing interest. What some people do, they enroll into PET and they keep it at that. I usually review most of these PET logs, and the system will tell me who has content and who doesn't. Now, why would I actually continue to assign you a mentor or a reviewer when actually you have not documented anything? Okay? So I'm always on that system, and I make sure whoever has documented some content is assigned a review. And in most cases, I assign them myself. So those are always assigned to me. Either my supervisor does it or I do it myself. But we shall address your concerns, sir. I beg your pardon on how the answer is structured and what tense should be used. The tense should either be present, continuous, or past. What you have done in the past or what you are continuously doing. I guess that is okay. I realized, sorry, I think it was supposed to be, I realized that I need to start over again. How can I erase the information already in my logbook and start afresh? The IT team will support. We have actually done that before. Kind of advise if there is a position for us who have no mentors but wish to complete PET on how to get mentors, please write to us. Write to pet@icpa.co.ug for support. Okay? The email is pet in lowercase, pet@icpa.co.ug. We shall still support you. Will there be a recording shared? I'm sure that there will be one. What is the reflective statement all about? This one has taken us to what we said. A reflective statement is a statement showing a journey that you have moved. A true reflection of who you are. Either in regard to the course, that is CPA, or in regard to your real life experiences in executing your professional work. That is a reflective statement. I receive kind of guidance on how to erase what I had already documented in a PET. Please contact us on pet@icpa.co.ug, which I and the IT team shall offer support. I received this question. Your practical experience training application is pending review by ICPAU. How long do I have to wait? Thanks. I think this one applies in application, and it has happened before. But when I get to my computer now, I can't see any pending applications. They have all been approved. You log out and then log in again. Then you will see your pet log, like we have done to our sister there. Can CPA Godfrey share his contact for support? We shall share that. I'll write, I don't know how to share it now. How should I share? But I'll find how to share this with him or her. I request that you share the presentation as we shall do that. Must my mentor be my supervisor at my current job? Okay, yes. This one, the one who wants the contact, please write to pet@icpa.co.ug. Then we shall share the contact. Must my mentor be my supervisor at my current job? No. I said that during my explanation. Can be even your external auditor. Maybe your previous supervisor. Because you may be having a current supervisor who is not a CPA. But then you have walked a journey. You have had a series of other supervisors who know you, who know your abilities. And they are sure they can attest to that you did that which you have documented. Thank you so much for the questions and concerns.
Okay, thank you so much, Godfrey. To the online team, please feel free to share the comments. They'll all be addressed even after this session. You can write to the email that has been shared, pet@icpau.co.ug, for all inquiries regarding your practical experience training. So at this juncture, let me invite our Vice President, CPA Alfred Kabuchu, to give us his remarks. Let's give him another round of applause as he comes to talk to us.
Good afternoon, good evening. Good evening. Are you CPS yet? Joko, how are you? Come this side. Please come this side. You're not yet CPS. Who is already a CPA? That is very good. That one is a believer. She goes to church. You claim it, then it will come. Okay. Can we clap for them? How many people do we have online? 95. Okay. Can we clap for the ICPAU team? These people work very hard to get us organized as professionals. So we must thank them. The team at ICPAU headed by Derek and everyone else. How many of you here have done the CPA program? All of you? All of you. You've all done CPA. How was it? It was very tough. But that means you are tougher, the fact that you are here. Congratulations. Can we clap for you? Congratulations. May I take this as an opportunity to engage with you and to share a few words of wisdom, because all of us here have been in the journey you have been in. Some of the CPA members did SCCA, others, as you come, you realize that we have brothers and sisters across the other countries within the East African region. After you've got your CPA membership, that means you can go and work in Kenya, you can work in Rwanda, in all the East African countries. You can work there and you'll be recognized as a professional accountant. So when I heard Godfrey and the team explaining the PET program and how you should fill the information and all that, and I've had some members complain before that this problem, that filling in PET is very complicated. So the person who was complaining at the time, they're already members. So I asked them, I said, if you were, because we are all human beings, I said, if you were in hospital and
you were sick on bed and you needed to go for an operation, and they told you that the person who is going to do the operation is a doctor, yes, but he's not a properly trained doctor. He has not gone through the medical requirements. What would you say? I want honest hands. Those of you who would feel comfortable to go in the theater for an operation from that kind of person. Can I see by show of hands? I think none of us would. You would accept? Those of you who would not accept, let's see the hands so that we are claiming the wisdom. Very good. So I want to explain to us that even for the accounting profession, that is actually how we should look at the PET program and all the other requirements that we go through to become professional accountants. Because when we are professional accountants, we are different from everyone who is out there in the field. That is why people have confidence in us as accountants. When you put that those 3 letters in front of your name and you say, I'm CPA Alfred Kabuchu, the person who sees it, they will know that you've gone through a program that makes you a professional, that makes you different from, I didn't want to use it, but let me say it, from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. As CPAs, not actually just in Uganda, but globally, when someone says he's a CPA, you know he has gone through a certain level of training, just like the medical doctors. And it is one of the things I've been encouraging us as CPAs and as professionals. After you get that qualification, please put it in front of your name. Say, I am CPA Juko. I don't know how many of us know medical doctors who don't put the word, that thing of doctor in front of their name. Is there anyone you know? They are not there. So even us, we are encouraged, let us be proud of our profession. And this process we are going through is part of that brand, building the brand that we are. And then it is the same brand. Now you are going to come on the other side. When you're a qualified professional and a member of ICPAU, when you are at your workplace, when you are bidding for work, when you are doing client work, then you are coming with a certain level of responsibility as a fiduciary. You understand the reporting that you are doing, whether you are an auditor, whether you are in business, whatever it is, you understand. And then it is the same qualification or knowledge, because the 3 letters will just give you just the paper. But it is what is in your head. It is the one that is going to give you work. If you go through this PET program, because I saw the way I think Godfrey was explaining, if you have been a cashier, it is not just about being a cashier. If you are a finance manager, you have a certain level of understanding of the business. When you are at your workplace, you add value to the business. And when you add value to the business also, even you as an individual, it is the knowledge you have acquired. When it is applied knowledge, it is the one that will get you work in the economy. Because if you just sit and send in your bid and say, me, I'm an auditor, you are waiting to do on a statutory audits according to what the client has given you. Yes, you'll do it, you'll get audit fees. But is that enough for you? Is that enough for you? No. We are learning so that we get ideas and knowledge, and the ideas we get, when we apply them, that is now how we generate value for ourselves and for the businesses and the economy that we serve. If you look at these books that are in front of us, you can see the core values of ICPAU. This is where you are coming. You are crossing professional excellence. When you are doing your work, you do it with professional excellence. This process of registration, of filling in your PET is part of that. for us to understand that there is a process. For you to have excellence, it doesn't just come just like that. You have to work for it. Accountability, integrity. Integrity, especially now in our environment where it is very difficult. And as accountants, we need to know that we are at the forefront of the challenges about accountability and integrity. And you are crossing to say, yes, I uphold the principles of professional excellence, accountability, integrity, and responsiveness. We do what? We create impact. We are not just ticking boxes. We create impact. Actually, I believe that if you are to fill in this PET when you are ready and when you've trained and you are very okay, it will even be very easy. And also remember that tomorrow you are the ones who are going to be governing this institute. Me, I just joined as a vice president of ICPAU. I think, 1 month ago? I don't even know if I've finished a month. But there are people who started the institute 30 years ago, who served diligently and put benchmarks and standards for us to become a professional organization in Uganda as well. And for us, we are doing our part now. Even if I wanted to stay on council, I can do maximum 4 years. But now the mandate I have with my council members is 2 years. After 2 years, both the individual and the members decide, do you want to go back? Are members interested in you continue serving them? Both of them, then we go through the voting process. So even you guys, tomorrow you are the ones who are going to be members of council. Some of you may be the CEOs. Some of you may be the presidents, the vice president. You are the ones who are going to be holding this institute. So the trainings that we are going through, it is part of that tomorrow you are going to be the guardians of the institute. What will happen 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when even you are retired? I think some of you have children, isn't it? Some of you have children, and you know whether your children want to be accountants or not, depending on how they see you and how successful they define the work you are doing. Because not all of us are doing the work our parents were doing or our grandparents. So the question is, when you become the custodians of the institute, what are you going to bring on board? Do you have those values? Are you going to come with these core values that have been talked about? And that is a challenge for all of us, but I believe that you are able to do that. So we create impact. When you join the institute, one of the other things you'll find, at the moment we have 4,400 members, between that and 4,600. But I'm told we have out there about 600 in the category of associates, but there are also others who have done SCCA and other programs that are out there. And they are also joining. I think last month we also had another session where I think there were about 60 something who are joining, who are SCCAs, and I think there was someone from Nigeria. So you are joining a family of more than 5,000 people. I think like by the end of this coming year will be more than 5,000. But in addition to that, we have, I think, about 15,000 students. So you can see that in 10 years' time, we are going to be, I think more than 20,000. 30 years ago, when the institute started, we are told that the initial core group was about 6 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're even not just the other side of this group. 6. Now you can see the numbers here alone. I'm told online, in total, I think we're about close to 200. So you can see you are joining a family of many professionals. We also have other benefits. We have the CPA circle. When you join and you're a member of ICPA, you can also join the CPA circle, and you're able to financially empower yourselves and your families. You can borrow money at more competitive rates. You can, you can do many things. And with the CPA circle, it doesn't matter where you are working. She said she was a finance manager in where? Uganda? Uganda Bati. Do we have a deal with Uganda Bati, or a discount? Yeah. ICPAU circle members have a deal of 5%. 5% discount. Can we clap for her? She may give us 10% after joining, after knowing that we have 5,000 people and we can give them serious business. So there are benefits with Uganda Bati, with the, I think, Uganda Clays, and there are others on board. So when we are many, we actually are powerful and have a voice and can make a difference. The future of ICPAU is very bright. The Ugandan economy is growing. And as professionals, we are the ones who control the money. I think you have heard recently that even anyone who is going to be submitting accounts to URA beyond a certain threshold, they have to be members of ICPAU. And one of the questions during our campaigns was, how do we protect our space as professionals? How do we eliminate quack accountants? We don't have to follow them wherever they are, but within our space. You imagine 5 to 20,000 people. If we all look out, every time you see financial statements, you check, is this person or this company a member of ICPAU? Already we are seeing it. Someone complained the other day that a bidder had submitted financial statements where they had added revenue to expenses and indicated that their turnover, that was their turnover. And they were smoked out. You get your revenue, you add your expenses, and you say, my revenue, let's say 5 million, your expenses, another 5 million, say your turnover is 10 million. Because you know that the entity wants a turnover, let's say, of 9.5 million for you to qualify. But you can see, even I think recently someone else said there were schools up country. I think we have more than 5,000 secondary schools that some headmasters use fake auditors. Someone goes there and says, I'm Kabuchu and Sons, and I'm an audit firm. And they actually prepare papers and submit them even to government entities. But when the people who are reviewing them look at them and say, but this name here is not on the list of licensed audit firms. When the message goes out to the headmasters, 1 or 2 are smoked out. They will stop doing it. And why? Because if we do not do that, if we are not vigilant as professional accountants, that is how our space will be occupied by other people. The work you are supposed to be doing, the work your colleagues are supposed to be doing, is being done by people who are not supposed to do it. And they are just cooking things and making the environment more toxic. So joining the ICPAU is very good. It is professional. It is good for us. Personally, I've been a member of ICPAU for more than 20 years. And I've served on different committees and subcommittees of ICPAU Council. At the moment, I'm chairperson. They already told you about the other one. I'm vice president to CPA Timothy Ediom, who is our president. He's also been a member for long. I'm chairman of the technical committee that is building our head office on Mkoto Street. I don't know if any one of you has seen it. We have a 7-level building. Those of you who have seen it, can I see by show of hands? Okay. Yeah. At least there are about 4. All of you members, next time you are driving on Mkoto Street, look on the right. Those of you who know where the Atomic Energy Center is, anyway, it is on our former home. The former home is the one we removed, and we are building 7 levels. We are the tallest on that street at the moment. And we are going to be the tallest on that side of town. We are the tallest. Those who are taller than us, because they are on the higher side of the hill. So if we are to shift to the higher side of the hill, we will still be the tallest. Apart from that one, which is our head office, we also have 2 other properties there. I think every one of you should be knowing anyway where ICPAU is. So we have 2 other properties there. So we are going to be developing and growing as an institute, as professions. And we want to have a good name, and I can, without fear or favor, say that we are the most organized professional organization in this country. And we want to remain that way. That is why when we are bringing you, and we are bringing you systematically, and the team is very willing to support you, is because they know you are joining that team with excellence. In addition to Bukoto's street, our assets there, we also have, I think, 5 acres. Is it 5 acres of land in Luboa, which is prime land. There was a plan to do a strategic plan for it, which was done, but it is on hold because of cost and because we have to plan systematically. But we plan to develop there a facility that will support the profession. So we are still growing, we are still developing. We understand that we started from numbers of less than 50, and we are growing now at 4,500. And we are going to grow and become 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. You imagine if we were six members, less than 50, 30 years ago, and now we are close to 5,000. If we add you guys and those who are still about to come, you imagine where we will be in another 30 years from now. The numbers are going to be growing significantly. So we have to plan well, and we thank the teams that support everyone. But I also had another question in mind. Each one of us is filling this form, but why are you filling the form? Why are you joining the accounting profession? I believe we have different reasons why we are joining, but please ask yourself, why are you joining the accounting profession today? Why are you not an engineer? Did you come in by accident? I know some come in by accident, others we just go through the process of studying, and then you find yourself here and you say, okay, if I work as an accountant, I'm going to get a job. Or in my current job, or the one I want to apply for, they need a qualified, a licensed accountant. But is that the only reason? I don't think so. So I encourage you, as the new breed of accountants who are going to be joining us, please think hard, research for yourself, and ensure that you have a purpose-driven life as you go through the accounting profession. Some qualify, become members of ICPAU, and they never practice accounting, and they actually even get out. Let us look through inside ourselves and ensure that you are living a purpose-driven life. I would like to recommend to you a book called Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. I can see someone has read it. Thank you very much. Please put it on your reading list. Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. And you don't have to spend money buying the hard copy of the book. You can listen to the content on YouTube and on other platforms that have books online. You can listen to them, learn, educate yourself. The process of, you've finished the qualifications process, but you have to continuously educate yourself. Get new skills, learn strategy, learn communication, learn marketing skills, learn leadership skills that will help you at work. That is how you will grow. And the money, I can tell you, the money is a byproduct of service, of good service. Even the people who work in banks, they have to work from first to the end of the month for them to earn money for that month. Money, wealth is a byproduct of the service that you give in the environment in which you work. So it will come. So Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. Please. Continuous learning, it is very important. I would like to recommend to you another book called 4DX, 4 Disciplines of Execution. We are told mainly as Uganda that, not just Uganda, actually Africa, we have so many regulations, we have so many laws, but why is it that you walk out and you find things are not being done the way they are supposed to be done? It is execution. It is our biggest challenge. There's a book called 4DX. I can bet that it will make a difference, not just in your life, but also at your work. Read it, learn. You don't have to read it in one night. You don't have to read all these books in 1 week or in 1 month, but have a discipline of, say, when I'm driving to work or when I'm exercising, I can listen to something and learn. And I can tell you it will make a difference in your life. There's another good book about leadership. It's called Leadership Excellence. No, it's called The Leadership Challenge, sorry. The Leadership Challenge. Check for me. It's called the Leadership Challenge. It's a very good book about leadership. And I've seen some men here, especially the serious gentlemen. There is a book called Why Great Men Fall. Why Great Men Fall. Please find out on it. And then as accountants, I know we all love wealth. We all love money, and we advise our people on how to make money. There's a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. If you have not read it, I will tell you there is someone I know who read it, some young people, in a period of less than 3 to 4 months, it had changed them from being tenants to being landlords. Huh? Yes, you read the book, you will get the story. Huh? From being tenants to being landlords. I'm told there is research that was done in the US for young people who had finished university. And they followed them up to retirement. They found that out of the 100% of those young people, at the time of retirement, those who had financial independence were actually 6%. Out of 100%. Financial independence at retirement were only 6%. Of the 6%, 1% was considered rich. The other 5% was considered financially independent. The rest, they are either surviving on their families, they are surviving on government pension, they are surviving. Of course, you find a small percentage of those who have died. And the question was why? Why does it happen like this? You'll find the answers in some of those books. In the last book that I will give you, called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So you in the accounting profession, we are 4,500. Identify people who can be your mentors. He was talking about allocating you mentors, but also identify some of the members who can be your mentors. I can tell you that if you come to the senior accountants, you go, for example, to Mr. Mohise, who has many years of experience as a country lead for EY, and he retired. I believe if you go to him and say, in 10 years' time, I want to be the head of EY in Zambia, how do I do it? I can tell you he will share the wisdom he has with you. We have ladies, I think now we are almost 50-50. because the numbers of the young accountants who are coming in who are ladies are also good. You will find people who can recommend you. Don't worry about whether you'll get a recommender or not. I can tell you, worry about yourself. If you have good ethics, if you are professional and you are doing everything you are doing right, I can tell you there's no one who will not recommend you. And on the other hand, if you come to me for recommendation, I will not give you my recommendation until I have done a due diligence on you. Because when I send you in an organization, whatever you are doing there reflects on me as well. I have young people who have been mentoring for many years. Some of them are directors of finance and different levels of growth in different organizations. But I tell them, wherever you are carrying my name. That is why this thing of CVs and who are your referees, she asked the question that can her sister be her referee? Isn't it? There is somewhere I was doing an interview for something, and I had included one of my sisters as my referee. They asked me, they said, but why do you have your sister as your referee? I looked at them, and for them it was a very serious question, and it is indeed. But for me, I knew that my sister is the one who knows me very well, because there was nothing really that I needed to put on my CV that my sister doesn't know. But I also understand that professionally, at times when they see you with your relative as your referee, someone might think that it's because you don't know other people or other people cannot recommend you, which is unfortunately not correct. So the important thing is work on yourself. Work on yourself, make sure you are a person of integrity, make sure you are living these core values of ICPAU and of a serious person in this country. I was told that most successful people, I think it was a research that most people who become millionaires in dollars in the United States of America, where the research was done, on average, they have at least 7 mentors. 7, not 1, not 2. They have 7 mentors, or they have had 7 mentors by the time they reach that point. So if you cannot get a physical mentor, as Mr. Juko or Alfred here you are with, get an online mentor that you follow and listen to, people who have wisdom. At the moment, most organizations internationally, the ones which are in academia or in leadership, in management, they actually have podcasts online. So if you are following a guru in management, he becomes your mentor. There's a time last year I concentrated, actually earlier this year and last year, I concentrated to listening about marketing strategy and all that, marketing strategy. I was amazed by the amount of information and knowledge that you gain by listening to these podcasts. It's like you are in a university in those places. So please use that. Use the online mentors to attend classes. You attend classes at Harvard, you attend classes at Oxford, because all that information is available online to make you a better person. So as I come to my final remarks, really is to congratulate you for completing this, and to encourage you to please fill in the paperwork as part of the journey, but well knowing that this is one of the habits. Like someone wrote a book called Atomic Habits. In that book, he says, we don't rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our systems and processes. And these systems and processes, like this particular one, is what makes us as a profession. It is actually what makes us who we are. That is why me and you went in P1 many years ago. Your parents or whoever took you in P1 up to P7, we just continued moving through. We believed in the process. It's the one which has brought us where we are. When you made your decision to join, to do CPA, it was you. You believed in the process. You went prepared for the first paper up to the last paper. And it is that process that has brought you here. So we greet you all and congratulate you, those who have come physically and those who are online. We thank you. You are going to be joining a very big family. It is my pleasure to give closing remarks for this inaugural PET Fast Track session. I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who has made this session possible, especially our presenters for their valuable insights and guidance. I think we should give them a very big clap. Thank you very much. And especially for the promise to continue supporting everyone here. Thank you very much. We have taken a significant step towards supporting our associate members in their journey to attain full membership. This PET Fast Track session is a testament to our commitment to nurturing and developing the next generation of accounting professionals. As members of ICPAU, you will have the opportunity to be keepers of credibility, knowledge, and ethics. And you start keeping it from inside, not from outside. You will be able to uphold standards, trust, and recognition, not just by yourself, but also in the society in which we operate. We will be captains who speak with authority, solve problems, and attain results. That's why you see our tagline of we create impact. And we are not just impacting organizations, we're also impacting lives. These roles are not just titles, they represent the values and principles that we uphold as professionals. I encourage you to take advantage of the opportunities that come with being a member of ICPAU, and I've mentioned some of them. I hope some of you attend the ICPAU annual seminar or economic seminar. Those of you who have attended, can I see by show of hands, the economic annual seminar, economic, you guys, please network. You may find that your next job is at the ICPAU annual seminar. The annual seminar is 3rd to 5th of September. You can even attend online, isn't it? There's an online option, there's online with a bag, there's online without a bag, and there's physical attendance. On average, we have about now 1,500 people, isn't it? Attending, both online and physical. When you come there, you will find your CEOs, your directors, and all accountants from the youngest to the oldest. You'll find them there. And your family. You never know, one of the people you find there will be on your panel when you are being interviewed for your next dream job. So please, even if you don't attend the one for this year, which you can, make it a point. I recently saw one of our council members saying, I think in the last 29 years, 29, 25, that he has attended about 18 of them. So it's not surprising that when you go into any organization, whether you are looking for work, you are bidding, you are what, when they see your name or your face, it will be recognized and recognizable. So I encourage you to attend. As council, we reiterate our commitment to supporting your career growth and the overall growth of the profession. We are dedicated to providing resources, guidance, and opportunities that will help you succeed in your careers. I urge you all to take advantage of this opportunity and encourage your colleagues to do the same. The people you know out there who have completed the profession, the professional course, and they have not yet joined ICPAU, please encourage them to come and join us. Please reach out to the Secretariat for more information on how to benefit from other programs. And also on our website, you'll find most of the information there. I would like to thank everyone who has participated in this session, and I'm confident that the knowledge and insights gained today will help you fast track your journey to full membership. Let us continue to work together, promote excellence, integrity, and professionalism in the accountancy profession. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I had called Juko here. How long have you been a member of ICPAU? Can you tell us?
I've been a member since 2021, but I joined the profession in, I started with the ACCA, completed in, became member in 2014, and then moved to ICPAU, CPA in 2021.
Do you like the profession?
Lots of opportunities, lots of networking, and this is where you meet people with like mind. So when you're talking, you're talking to people that already know what you're talking about. So very good institution to be part of, and very good profession.
Are you a member of ICPA Circle?
Nearly.
Not yet. Yes, I remember I
Almost.
talked to you last time.
Almost.
Yes.
And also, being a member, when we talk opportunities, it's not only being a bookkeeper.
Yes.
Now, with technology and advancement in the profession, this is where there are lots of CPDs. When you become a member, one of the things that you get to benefit from is CPDs, so you know where the profession is going. So you are very welcome to the profession, and you'll get to see how it's like marriage, really. You'll get to feel it once you're in there. Thank you.
I think you have heard. Thank you very much. You are very welcome.
Another round of applause for our Vice President. Thank you so much for your kind words of inspiration. I think I'm not going to add on what he has said. It has been stressed out enough, from our presenter of the day to the Vice President. There are a lot of opportunities that you'll get after you enroll for membership. And this session was designed to help you become a member. And if you know other colleagues who may be stuck out there, please encourage them to write to us, pet@icpau.co.ug. We'll be able to support you. We're going to run this program until we get all the associate members converted. Right about now, I'll ask Zachary to give us a closing prayer, and then feel free to have bites at the back. You can have some evening tea and snacks, and then feel free to network, get to know each other. But from us, thank you so much for honoring this invite. And I wish to also thank those that have actually, we have about 8 that have submitted already, and Godfrey has reviewed. So I encourage all of you that are still not yet done, please utilize this weekend. Godfrey is going to be online to support whoever needs assistance. Yes, so that September you can enroll for full membership. It can be done, yeah? Yes, so Zachary, please give us a closing.
I just wanted to add that one of the things I do passionately is actually mentorship, not this one of filling in papers. I would like to leave a challenge with you. If you think you are serious enough and committed, I would like to take maybe 2 or 3 people to mentor. We are going to see from how they submit, but we will take her because she was the first one whose hand was up. 3 people, but I know we'll learn from each other as time goes on. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our Vice President. Please take on the challenge, and he's very strict. I didn't say that actually. I didn't say that. So if you're taking on that challenge, you're going to be the best in your career. It's a stepping stone, and I wish to encourage others out there. If you know any, please encourage them to come forth and be a member of the Institute. So Zachary, please give us a closing prayer. To the online team, thank you so much for being part of this session, and feel free to continue engaging with us on the email that we shared, pet@icpau.co.ug. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Lydia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I say a prayer, I actually requested to get the microphone because I want to take the opportunity to encourage you to utilize the platforms where we share the communications every now and then. Unluckily, we didn't carry the code, but I'm going to send an email to everyone that registered for this session, where we're going to be sharing platforms that are key for you to come and find information. We have WhatsApp channels for almost all regional member networks. Please join those networks. We have channels for where we share key information on a daily basis, our social media platforms, our WhatsApp channel, and even the people who have been watching this event live on YouTube. So humble ourselves for prayer, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you for the knowledge that has been shared with us here today. We thank you for these associate members, and we do pray for them to continue their journey to full membership. And when they go for full membership, to continue their journey as members in good standing. We pray that they achieve all they long for. And dear Father, as we go out into the weekend, we pray for your safety, for your guidance, and again, for your protection. We pray for our kids that just returned from school for holidays. We pray for our parents, and we pray for all our loved ones out there. In the name of Jesus Christ, I believe and pray.
So Godfrey is still around.